Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, then welcome to the channel. I've got my sexy live mic on because I'm just about to do a live performance on Zoom. So I'm going to document it, and I'm going to do, in this video, I'm going to tell you how I set it all up and reveal how it went. It's all brand new stuff to me, so stick around and find out if I completely mucked it up or not. So how this came about was, I was approached by Boris from British Blues Invasion of Russia. If you know me, you'll know that I went to Russia in 2018, did a tour in Moscow, and this year I was scheduled to go back in November with Boris, because he's the promoter. But with the current situation and stuff like that, we're not allowed to do anything like that. So Boris has set up an online gigging experience. I was the second person to do it for him. He was doing it through Zoom. Mike Ross did it the week previous. And it's on a ticket sale basis. I think it was like £7 a ticket. And then whoever buys a ticket gets the download, the audio download, which I, the performer, recorded on my own DAW. I do a lot of streaming here on YouTube every week, Hutch Club, 7 PM GMT, and I have done some live performances on YouTube as well with great success. The sound quality is usually pretty good, etc, etc. But the only interaction you can get with your audience is through a chat and stuff like that. What Zoom offers is people can actually have their cameras up, so I can actually see their faces, and their mics can actually also be active, so you can hear them abroad and things like that, which is really great. The person hosting it, which is me and Boris, can control people's microphones and stuff like that, so they don't interfere when you're performing. I did have some sound problems with Zoom though, and I did not get it 100%, which is really unfortunate, but luckily the audio recording that I did came out really, really nice. The video quality that is recorded on Zoom isn't as good as other platforms either. I'm not sure if it was coming out at 1080p, but it's not as clear and crystal as YouTube or Twitch for that matter. So basically what Zoom is, it is a conferencing platform, mostly used for businesses, so they can have meetings and stuff like that. So, and it can host, I'm not sure how many it can host up to. I think it might be 50, I'm not 100% sure on that, but you can find that out. But for live performance, it's a great idea. It's something that YouTube and other platforms don't offer. But I'll go through the settings and stuff with you and how I set it up. It was quite tricky. There are some things you need to know about the settings if you're going to do this for yourself. Let's get onto it now. When you've downloaded the app, you open it up and you get this. Click on New Meeting. What you'll get is this Join with Computer Audio, so go ahead and click on that. Okay, then you get this window up, and you can set up whatever camera you want to put on it. But the important thing is, it's not the camera's not the issue, not so much. The picture quality isn't that great, but it's okay. But if you go down here to the microphone and then click on audio settings, this is the most important thing that I discovered. Apologies, I have to record this bit on my phone because I can't use my camera for two different softwares right at the same time. Anyway, so what you need to do is in the audio settings, make sure that you've got your relevant, whatever you're using for your audio. For me, it's the Focusrite USB. What you need to do is you need to click on automatically adjust volume. You must make sure that that's not on, that's turned off. But the important thing is down here in the advanced settings, show in meeting option to enable original sound from the microphone. That's important. Disable these two and leave this one on auto. The other thing you want to check before you do your stream is that this is on. So if it's blue, it means it's on. If it's like that, it's off. So turn on original sound. So just once again, just so you can see what the settings are. There you go. It's like that on that page. Go down to advanced. And they should be set like that. That is the best sound quality I could get, was having those settings like that. When you've got your settings in place, you can test it as much as you like, because nobody else can see this until you invite people to the meeting. So you can look back on it, on the recording, make sure it all sounds okay for you. When you want to invite people to the meeting, you just go to participants and you'll get a window come up, and you can just invite people and by sending them the link. So you click invite, and then you can type in, copy the link, invite link, send them the invite link. And that's how you do it, and that's how Boris did it. So he would take a PayPal payment for the show, and then they will send the link to join the meeting, and he opened up the meeting at the time of the show. So that's how that all worked. There are several ways you can plug in your instruments, etc. You can use a DAW, which I originally did. So I had Reaper open, and then I had, obviously, one track was acoustic guitar, and I used my looper pedal, and another track was electric guitar, and I was using VSTs for that, and then another track was my microphone with my harmonizer pedal, etc. I found that really difficult to balance. It was getting a lot of distortion on Zoom. It was either too hot or it wasn't loud enough. So what I ended up doing was running everything like a live show, as I would through my Cube Street EX. And then I just took a line out from that into my interface and then recorded it onto one track on Reaper, making sure it was all balanced like a real gig. So the room was a live room, so I was actually, which was nice to perform to, actually. So when I was playing, it was like I was actually gigging. That was the best way I found. It wasn't 100% perfect. There were some people saying, oh, it's distorting in places. Not all the time, but it's a really fine balance, getting it at a decent level without it clipping. Probably will get better with practice. There's probably other ways of doing it, but I had little time to set it up, but that was what we had. So this is the single recording I did on Reaper, and which is really difficult, because even though people were saying on Zoom that it was clipping a little bit, to me it was absolutely perfect. And when I listened to the recording back, there's no clipping issues whatsoever. So my only conclusion from that is that Zoom isn't really designed for this kind of thing. So anyway, let's have a listen and you can see.
You make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy. So damn easy.
Anyway, so that was how I did it on Zoom. It was a great experience. The positives is that it's a little bit more interactive than doing it normally. It can be like kind of weird sometimes when you're doing a live stream on YouTube or somewhere else and you've only got like text chat. But this way, people had the option, they could leave their cameras on so I could see them, and I could see them dancing around and stuff, and waving their arms around or whatever, and giving me a cheers and all that sort of. That's really cool. It's still not obviously the same as doing a live gig. It's never going to be, but that kind of thing was really, really great. The main issue is the sound is really hard to get good during the live performance, because you can't really monitor it back that easily. So because to me it was sounding perfect, and people were saying, "Oh, it's clipping," but it's just one of those things. I honestly think that Zoom could improve this, and it could be something, but at the moment I don't think it's 100% the perfect platform for this kind of thing. I would be reluctant to do it on Zoom again. I think you could do it on YouTube. I don't see an issue with doing it on YouTube. You could do an unlisted stream, and then people can pay for the invite if you wanted to do it on a ticket basis. But I think for me in the future, I will probably just stick with doing my live streams on YouTube publicly, and people can donate if they want to. So I hope this was helpful for you if you're thinking about using Zoom to do a live performance. I'm not saying don't do it. Go ahead and try it out. You might have better success than I did. I'm not saying it was terrible. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't. But I just didn't feel like it was as good quality as doing it on YouTube. I hope it was helpful. Please do like, comment and subscribe if you like these kind of videos. Please come and visit us at Hutch Club on Thursday nights 7 PM GMT, where we write songs and I do performances, stuff like that. Check out my charity Guitars for All, where we donate guitars to people that need one. And I don't think there's much more left to say except peace till next time. I'm going to leave you with some of the performance I did on the night. Must add, the video and the audio is not from Zoom on this clip. Peace.
Outside in the coldest stars, a wildcat she did a growl. Two riders were approaching, and the wind